Obviously happy. The second half was very similar to the team I saw Saturday up at Holy Cross. The first half was a totally different team. So we're still working on the consistency piece of it. 26 games into the season, or 25, I wish we were more consistent. But to be able to regroup after really poor play, to see Taylor get going, and really I thought the defense in the second half was spectacular. That to me is the story of the game. Yeah, it really wasn't any adjustments. It was back to what we talked about before the game that we didn't do. I think when you play them, tempo control is really important. They want frenetic pace, up and down, quick possessions. We don't. We're not afraid to run, but it's not, we don't want to play their best game, which is that fast-paced game. It made it difficult for us in the first half because we weren't making any baskets. So we were in transition defense almost every possession, which is where they thrive in transition offense. So second half, it was a combination of a little bit more focus defensively, but really making baskets consistently allowed us to get back and set our defense, which gives you a much better chance against them. Was not the plan. I just liked how we started the half. We made the switch at halftime, put Ty in for Julie to start the half, which was, I just wanted us to get off to a good start defensively, and Ty, gives us pretty consistent defense. So we made that switch, and the way the half started, we looked so comfortable defensively that we at some point, it was actually in the beginning of the fourth quarter, we said, we're gonna shorten this rotation. And I actually had a conversation with Marley and just said, listen, really control the tempo because we don't want to go that deep into the bench. I like the group we have in. That's who we're going to roll with. Yeah, well, we just talked about one stop and one score. I think we were down 11 at the half. There's no 11-point plays, all the cliches in the book. But we just want to get a stop and a score as often as we could. And if you can stack those on top of each other, now all of a sudden you have an 8-0 run or a 10-2 run, and you're right back in it. But I really just, when I was watching us in the third quarter, I thought we had a connected group, whereas the first 20 minutes of the game, I thought we were as disconnected as we could be. And for her, just like we do for everyone, it's easier said than done. It's not as though, if she's a post player catching the ball on the block, you can go double her. A little harder to do that on the perimeter, especially when the players around her can all pass, shoot, and dribble at the level that they can. So we have a plan. We know we're not going to shut her out. Obviously, 25 or 27, whatever she got tonight is too many. But you have to tip your cap, too. Like, I thought we did a great job on her the first game. When we played them, we held her to 15. So held her to 15. Tonight, maybe not as good a job, but she also made some tough shots, which is our goal. Limit the number of rhythm threes, make them tough buckets. Thought we were soft on help at the rim a couple of times, which we're not, we're never happy about. But you have to give her credit, too. She's a heck of a player. Well, what's the most anxious you can be? That's what I was anyway. I mean, I felt good. I'd much rather be in our situation than theirs. We made the majority of the free throws down the stretch, which was good. I thought we got a good look at the end. So we did all the right things, our last couple of possessions. But we didn't put the ball in the basket. That's how it goes sometimes. And so then you rely on the defense. And that's why we stress defense so much is when the ball doesn't go in, can you still win? And tonight we were able to. We got 2 or 3 stops the last possession for them, I think, between knocking out of bounds, another timeout, and then she banked that one in. But I felt pretty confident when they went to the review that it was in her hand when it was at 0. I asked that immediately when it happened. She said the timeout was before the bobble. She was calling it when the passer was throwing it to the girl in the corner who then bobbled it. I also thought there may have been an issue with 1.5. They ran the deep corner side out the last play. She caught it, bobbled it a little bit, dribbled it, gathered it, and shot it all in 1.5 seconds, which seems like a lot in 1.5. So I just asked to make sure when they're looking, did the clock start on time on the last play? Yeah, Carly's got a lot of ability. And she's our best pitch in the post. Everybody knows that. Everybody we play, we know that. She's, we go to her definitely more than anybody else in the post. And she struggled at the foul line. It was good to see her make those tonight. But she always gives you a good effort. She fights and she scraps. I thought in the first half wasn't her best, as it wasn't the team's best. And we challenged all of them, especially our better players, and she's one of them, to expect more from themselves and play better. And they did. They responded in the second half. So she deserves a lot of credit with Taylor and the rest of them. Everybody chipped in.
I'm just really proud of how everybody played today. I know I stepped up in a time of need. We came out from halftime, and we just knew that we had to pick it up if we wanted to win. So I tried to bring the energy. I tried to get my teammates up, and once the ball started flowing, the ball started going in the basket, it was over from there. Definitely in the locker room, we had to kind of had to check ourselves and just say, like, this is our game. Like, we know that we're not playing up to our standards. And once we settled down and, like, saw what was going on the court, and we saw our angles and saw our opportunities, we just knew we had to go and finish. Like, that was the only thing that was stopping us, was that we were going up soft and we weren't getting calls, and we were just like, we can't capitalize on that if we are like lackadaisical and like not taking it up strong. So we knew that we had to come out and play hard and play like together, and just once we got to the rim, we had to just put the ball in the basket. Like, that's what it came down to. No, I didn't. I definitely knew that my energy, like, coming off, I was like, we need to start from the top to the bottom. So, like, starting at the senior role, like, I knew that if somebody was going to bring the energy, it had to be me and Marley. Like, we had to be the captains. Like, she's the point guard, like, push up the floor. Like, we are good at we're getting a lot better at transition and, like, being smart when we have the ball and, like, knowing when to drive it, knowing when to kick it, knowing when to take it. So, like, we just know that if we want to win, then we have to control that tempo, and we have to, like, bring that from our end so that the younger players can see, like, this is where it's smart to go, this is where it's not smart to go. So, like, us being able to handle that responsibility and kind of take it into our own hands was, like, what really helped us today. Well, the girl that tackled me is, like, one of my friends. So she was like, oh, my God, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, I didn't hit anything also. I just, like, kind of caught myself with my hands. So, like, I wasn't hurt. If I was hurt, I probably wouldn't have been smiling. But all of the Lehigh girls, like, we played them 6 times last year. Like, they're all, like, we know all of them. Like, we're all cool with them now. So, like, that was, like, a really fun game to play against them, too, because they're all really cool people, and, like, even, like, us, like, talking on, like, the foul line and everything, like, they're all really cool girls. So, like, they play, like, so hard also. So I tip my hat to them, too. Oh, yeah, I remember that one. See, I knew, I was like, I'm probably going to turn the ball over if I go up with my left hand right now, so I'm just going to somehow lay it in with my right, and it just happened to go in, and she happened to foul me, too. So I was like, double whammy. So that's a good way of putting it.